Hey guys, welcome back to Frenemies. I'm Ian, and we are back for more Jessica Jones. Last episode, we found out that the guy that stabbed Jessica wasn't meant for her. He was trying to kill Eric, apparently. So that's probably what we're gonna pick up, hopefully. We also had Jessica having to deal with her vulnerability, which I felt bad seeing her. It's more so how she was, like she was kind of breaking down. I'm just not necessarily the point. I was like, oh no, I have this super strength, and now it's like I'm like, oh Jesus, that was loud. It's like I'm like everybody else. That's not what was upsetting her. It's just the fact that she's suddenly vulnerable. That just ends the way she didn't want to believe that. She was trying to, she's gotten so used to her super strength, so it's just like, or she just felt weak. So that was just kind of, it was affecting her quite a bit. We had her and Trish basically fighting over who was gonna bring in the guy who she thought at the time was the one that stabbed her, or hired somebody to stab her. And then she eventually, after she found out it wasn't the guy, she let Trish arrest him. Well, at least call it in. Trish did pretty good investigating. I mean, she got the information different ways. She stole the lead from Jessica, which is a form of information gathering. And then she got more information on her own, so she did pretty good, all things considered. I don't know if Jessica would have been able to get the information. If she did, it would have been through a different way, and it might not have been at that time. But she would have probably gotten it eventually. Maybe not. But and then she hit Trish. I feel like that was a little bit unnecessary, especially seeing as she has super strength. I feel like it's a little bit. I don't know. I get why she's upset with Trish. What? She's just upset with Trish for more than one reason, but still, I don't know. I'm hoping that might kind of the whole when she was let Trish get it, and then Trish was kind of like Trish is a little more open to letting Jessica back in, but Jessica obviously is not. So I'm hoping this kind of maybe lends a hand to maybe eventually patching things up between them. We'll see. Hogarth's trying to get more on her ex's husband, which is going to be proving to be a bit more difficult now that she knows that they actually have an open relationship. So catching him cheating isn't really going to be an issue. I'm worried for Malcolm's health. I'm hoping that mentioning of his ribs and the fact that he's peeing blood. I'm hoping that's just a throwaway. Like maybe that's just a red herring to get us worried, but nothing really else is going to come from that. Here's hoping. Or maybe it'll lead to he's trying to stop somebody else and then he gets hit there again and then it becomes worse. I don't know. I think that's everything. So we're going to go and start the next episode.
$50 says he blows it.
I'm not touching that action.
Grandma, look.
Huh. That's alright.
I'm like you.
Howard?
Into burgers and bourbon?
Yeah, but also kind of super.
What can you do?
I sense it, the darkness in people. The shit they've done, are doing, or will do. The worst ones, they have no guilt.
Asshole radar.
It almost sounds like you believe me.
The last time I
Just powers, dude.
doubted someone's powers, they ended up impaled by scaffolding.
Also that. Or Wizard.
Why does someone want him dead? That's the part we're handling. While I do nothing.
There are a lot of shitty people out there.
There's no reason for us to double up. Go find your own bad guy. I don't need your help. And you don't need mine, okay?
Well, a little calmer at least.
Hey.
She's gonna follow him, huh?
If you're with the insurance company, they have my statement.
Insurance fraud?
Maybe. I fell on a wet grocery store floor. It's unprofessional for an insurance company to accuse. Ah! What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe your power is bullshit.
You're right. Let's go.
I'm calling the cops.
No kids, no family, huh?
Oh no.
Stop! You can't just barge in here. You're trespassing. This is a private home. I'm an artist. Okay, listen. It's not what it looks like. Take it easy. Hey, don't touch me! Oh!
It looks awkward, but once you start using it, you won't notice. Down the line, you'll need a grab bar in every bathroom and a transfer bench for the tub.
Is that Trish?
It's worse than she says, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. But you're gonna let it slide.
Because it doesn't matter.
Well, apparently it goddamn matters to me.
Jessica, now it's a clear.
So Raina Pincer here has embezzled millions from your pension accounts. Unless you want to say goodbye to your golden years, I suggest you do something about it. Looks like it matters to them too.
Don't you think I've tried it your way? It doesn't work. Anytime you try and make something better, it's 50-50, you'll make it worse.
Lame excuse, and trust me, I've tried them all.
We could spend the rest of our lives stopping bad guys, and we would never even make a dent.
Yeah, but that's not the point.
Try not to get murdered.
If you're gonna use me as your pimp, I'd need more than a temp desk in the file room.
Leveraging my private life against me? Malcolm, I don't think I like this side of you.
Neither do I. Which is why I'm also gonna need a new employment contract with some financial incentives. I just sent you a number. Peter has been making withdrawals from the scholarship fund that he and Kith set up in their daughter's memory. He uses the cash to buy gifts for his girlfriends, sometimes pays their rent.
Ooh, this is
Worth it.
You two are in the same business, but not exactly in the same league. Kith is a cellist, one of the best that I have ever heard.
Well, my attorney has a discerning ear. Where do you play?
I teach, actually. She's being modest. Her quartet is one of the most sought after in the city.
Well, I'd love to hear you sometime.
No, I'll arrange it.
This is bullshit, Sal. I came through with the cat. 3 hours late. How would it look if I let that slide again? 3 waits this time.
In you go.
You'll kill me. No! Boys, this is a teaching moment.
Trish.
Hey!
Twin! My baby!
How are
Sorry.
you, little girl?
Did you fly here or something? Do you need a ride?
I have arrived.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Mom! Oh, Jesus! Hold on.
Oh, crap.
Lawyer, psychologist, chemist, and engineer. An overachiever.
Uh-oh.
Gotcha, you stabbing piece of shit.
Hello. You wanted to meet me.
Please, God, you're hurting me. You're hurting me.
I barely touched you.
Yes, but it makes for excellent visuals. Hidden security cameras. I have a very disciplined mind.
So ask me the one that you don't know. Ask me how we found out.
I prefer the mystery.
Bullshit.
Self-importance. Narcissism. But the cape doesn't fit, does it? You're doubling down on your grandiose delusion, even though you know you are a fraud.
You think you're my match?
Oh, God, no. I'm so far beyond you. You look like an ant. I gave you what you wanted. Now go home and take it, or you'll find out what I want.
Your own padded cell?
Respect. Unlike you, I've earned it.
Eric?
Oh no, he tried to stop him. Or not.
Jesus.
Sorry, I dozed off. They were gonna make an example of me, but then this mass-powered chick showed up. Saved my ass. They didn't even know it hit him. I thought maybe you sent her?
I told you I don't rely on anyone.
Is that blood?
It's a threat.
And we have our bad guy for the season.
But I am sorry you have to do this alone.
Maybe not.
A look that doesn't apologize for who you are or what you want.
Oh, but that color is so bold.
And it doesn't show wine stains.
Well, it seems like it would draw a lot of attention.
Exactly. This one is from Jessica in Hell's Kitchen.
Hi, Trish.
Hi, Jessica.
You know damn well which sweater I'm talking about. Clingy, smothering,
Sounds like a bad fit.
and tenacious. Trish, I need your help.
I'm happy to help. Thanks for calling.
I'm gonna call her on her phone.
I don't need a partner. I need a secret weapon.
I'm assuming he's doing something else. Or is it just weird? Oh, nope, it's something else. Who's this guy? Just a random. Alright, well, at the very least, it looks like Trish and Jess are going to be working together. Why did... I understand it was kind of probably to make like a statement or to have more impact or whatever. Or she just really needed to talk to her really quick, so she called her during the show because she couldn't wait, which is fair, considering it's kind of urgent. I was just wondering at first, like, why not just call her on her actual phone in private when there's not national television? But I mean, everybody knows who Jessica Jones is, so that's kind of awkward. But okay, so they're gonna be, I don't know how closely, how often they're gonna be working together, but she's gonna need her help with this guy because this guy's kind of nutso. He's kind of like, just like when they were showing everything that he's freaking capable of, apparently, he's kind of almost like an anti-Batman, kind of like an Owlman. I mean, I don't know, like, mentally, all Owlman can do, like, I don't know, skills other than fighting, and he's got a psychological mind, so apart from that, like, I don't know, because he's a lawyer, a chemist, an engineer, psychologist, and he's got a bunch of awards. I'm not sure if they're all Olympic or just athletic awards from certain things. I don't know. Apparently aggressive ones. I don't remember what the trophies were for. Let me go check real quick. I mean, well, it's from high school, so I mean, I don't know how much that carried over. He didn't look super athletic, but just as most improved wrestler, all-state wrestling team, honorable mention. So it's just high school stuff. Okay. I mean, it's been a while since high school, so I don't know how much that lends him. This is just high school wrestling. He has a bunch of tools in his closet. It's an interesting place to put them, but I mean, I guess when you have an apartment, there's not really much room for where to put your tools, especially if you have that many. But I'm pretty sure he's going to use a lot of them for what he does with his victims. I don't know what. So he's a serial killer essentially, but I mean I don't know who he's going after exactly. Just people that are frauds, maybe. I don't know. I mean at first I was thinking he was doing his own vigilantism. Is that? I know that's a word, but I don't know if that's how I don't think I'm using it correctly. But I don't know. I thought at first that's what I was thinking, but I don't think that's what he's going for. Seems a little bit more psychotic than anything. Which can be argued that some vigilantes are that way. But yeah, I don't think that's what he's going for. Especially since he's threatening Jessica. I mean, he could just because he feels like she's getting in his way, which she is. But in terms of like what he feels he needs to do to stop criminals if he were to be doing vigilantism, but I don't think that's the case. But yeah, I thought Eric was dead. I thought he maybe went to go check on her, and then felt the guy, and then was gonna go stop him maybe, and then he ended up being stabbed or whatever. But no, he was just passed out. That's interesting ability though. I mean, it'd be really cool in certain aspects if there wasn't that huge con of getting a massive migraine every time you're by somebody who's, I guess, dark or who's got bad intent, who has bad intent. And I guess, and apparently worse if they don't have any remorse or guilt about it. I don't know. I was thinking that would be a cool power to have until he mentioned that he gets headaches about it. So that was like, I don't know. It depends on how well you can use it, I guess. Like how much you can do with it. And earlier when he was mentioning about what exactly did he say? You could stop as many bad guys as you want, and you wouldn't make a dent. Which, yeah, probably. But that's not the point exactly. It's to help people. But he said he's tried it before, so it's with someone like his power that could be grating. To be near these people that cause them the massive headaches to appear in the first place. So, and sometimes some people they aren't really cut out for that kind of for lack of a better term, hero work. Because some people they can break from that, from not being able to help somebody. Maybe like they're doing what they can, and they come across so many times where they're trying to help somebody but they're unable to. Maybe like they don't get there in time, or it just doesn't. They just can't stop the person. And in terms of maybe there's like a bomber, and they stop them from doing more damage than they originally would have, but it still ends up killing people. And it's just that if over time that'll break somebody. So like some people there's some people that it's just not necessarily meant for. So it's a fair point for him to bring that up and that's his reasoning for not continuing and why he thinks that way. But it is better for some people to not go for that line of work, whether it's in fiction with hero work or in reality with law enforcement or any other kind of job like that, like a firefighter, other such, because it can break. Some people can handle it or some people can deal with it better. Others can't, and it'll break them and it'll mess them up for life, which is obviously not good. So some people are just they're just not made for that kind of work. But I'm glad that he held Jessica and they found that freaking creep though. My God, jeez Louise, and he's trying to. I mean, I don't know if freaking he was talking about the store he slipped on it. I mean, if there wasn't a sign, I mean that is kind of the store's fault. But I mean, dude, for real, it's not. It happens, all right. Just freaking calm down. You're suing them just because you freaking fell on a marble on the floor. But hopefully that'll be gotten rid of once the police find him, and then that he gets arrested for that. I'm wondering about the other lady, the one that was what was her name, Tara? I don't remember, but the lady that was embezzling money from those people's pensions. I wonder if she was actually, excuse me, for her mom for hospital bills or whatever she had said. Said, or if she was using it for something else. I don't know. Maybe she did, and then she needed more money. She wanted more money, and then to feel comfortable with. I don't know. I'm just curious about that. Like, what if she was actually trying to help her mom, but the bad part is that she did embezzle money from these people's pensions, so that's kind of bad. That is very illegal. So, and these people that kind of screw them over as well. So, I mean, if it was to help her mom, I feel bad for her, especially since she's got to deal with them now. She's gonna lose her job. She's probably not gonna be able to get a job in that city, if anywhere in that kind of industry, whatever she was doing. It's gonna suck. Hopefully it was at least to help her mom and not something else. Because at least she had good intent. So Hogarth apparently having to change her home up to accommodate, her weakening state. Oh, that's eating up at her. She's hating it so much. The toilet's kind of degrading as well. Like seeing that you have to, you're gonna need handles to support yourself when you're trying to get down, and then you're trying to get back up. Like that kind of sucks. I mean, I know a lot of older people have to do that because they can't really if they need walkers, they can't really support themselves that well in the first place. So I've seen those around and that they need that. So I guess she's kind of comparing herself to an olderly, more decrepit person, and also she's just feeling weaker, and that she shouldn't be feeling this weak at this age. So, and she's a very controlling person. So that's it's just not for Hogarth. She just hates that so much. Speaking of Hogarth, they found out about more about Peter. He's apparently embezzling from scholarship money. Really? Okay. And he's using it to buy presents for all of his girlfriends, his student girlfriends, and sometimes paying rent for them, which is Jesus Christ, dude. That's fine. Okay, open relationship. Okay, whatever. If you and your wife agreed to having an open relationship, do what you will. But students that should cut. You're an idiot. You have the whole you're not gonna hurt your wife or anything, but you're putting your reputation and your what's the freaking word for it? Your career at risk. That's just dumb. And you're taking money from the school. That's putting your career more at risk, and you're risking being put in prison. But yeah, she was now. Well, at the end of it, she also said to release the information now. So. And Malcolm is just having the worst time with that. He's hated what he's been doing for a while now. And this is just, now Peter isn't a good man. But, well, he doesn't do good things. He's doing very illegal things. He should know that what he's doing isn't right. He's illegally having relationships with underage, well, not underage, but, your students, which is frowned upon, I'm pretty sure, even in college. And you're stealing money from the school, which is the money is supposed to be used to help students get into the college, or to help pay for their fees anyway. If for those that wouldn't be able to afford the schools on their own. Still, he's hating the fact that he's going to be the one responsible for ruining this person's life. So That's eating him up, and I'm hoping it doesn't come between him and his girlfriend. That's gonna really suck because they seem really happy together. I really want Malcolm to be happy. I don't really know the girl, but she seems really sweet. I mean, I think we only seen her this season, right? No, I think we saw her near the beginning of last season, if not in the whole of last. Point of the matter is, I recognize her only from this season mainly, so I don't know her that well, but I know she's sweet and she cares for Malcolm, and she's not just using him; they're actually in a relationship. So I just hope it doesn't come between them and that it doesn't end things or something. It is the last season. I really hope they don't. I hope they filmed for it to be the last season because it was. I mean, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and Daredevil had already been. I don't know whenever Jessica Jones started filming, but I'm pretty sure Iron Fist and Luke Cage was already canceled by that time before they started filming. I think they were filming during Daredevil season 3. So hopefully they whatever they shot to in preparation for it to possibly be like the series finale essentially. So I hope this is not going to end with like issues brewing with their relationship, and then it would lead to whatever next season. So I just hope it ends well, or at least I hope for the best for Malcolm, but I hope if they end it and they do end the relationship, I hope that they end the relationship before the series finale, and he like copes with it or something, or I don't know. I mainly hope I would prefer if they were to stay together and that they can get through this. And Malcolm, I don't know if they showed Malcolm send out the information. He looked like he was more contemplating. I'm wondering if he's gonna actually send it out because he seems obviously he doesn't really want to. So I'm wondering about that, and if he does, he already asked. Unfortunately, he strong-armed Hogarth, which is a gutsy move on its own. But he, like he pushed it. He pushed more. He pushed for, obviously a more accommodating work environment. A bigger office probably, and he asked for, assuming a particularly high raise. So she said that the company can't afford that. I'm wondering if that's actually the case because she agreed to it. So I mean they will be able to apparently afford it, just not gonna be. She's great on the company. You probably want to get out of there as soon as possible, so that's help. And also it's to maybe kind of help him deal with the guilt he's gonna feel, or what he thinks would help deal with it, but it's not gonna really help that much. So he's wanted to leave eventually and create his own PI firm. So, and then Trish, I was kind of getting a little not too frustrated, but I was a little frustrated that Trish was investigating more into what's his face, into Eric. I didn't think she was gonna end up going after Sal though, which is good she did though. So it's a good thing she didn't really listen to Jessica and she went because otherwise Eric would probably been dead. Unfortunately, it did lead to that whole impalement with the crowbar thing. That was bad. I thought she was gonna be dead. There's a lot of blood. Maybe they didn't pull it out, which is fair. I mean, it's a good thing they didn't, because then that would have made it worse. She probably would have died. Apart from bleeding out, it probably would have tugged on any organs if it was close to them. Because I mean, I don't know how deep it went. I don't know where exactly. It could have missed organs, but I mean, she's stable apparently. That doesn't necessarily mean she'll make it. I mean, she could die away. I was gonna say pass away and then it makes her die. She could die even if she's in stable condition. Like something else could come up, maybe some kind of complicated thing. But I mean, I'm pretty sure she's gonna live. So there's that. Hopefully, at least she didn't kill anybody again. So, but at least she saved Eric. Sal's not dead. I did think it was kind of funny whenever Trish first hit one of the guys at her sons. I didn't think they were all her kids. Jesus, freaking the little one. I think it was her grandson. She's raising him apparently to kind of be in that life too, which I guess is fair. I mean, family business and whatnot. I don't know if the guy that's apparently going to be our villain for this season. Gregory Salinger, I don't recognize the name. I don't know if that's like a comic villain. If he's a Jessica Jones villain, I don't know a whole lot about Jessica Jones in the comics. As evident, I didn't know Trish, her name, her hero name, or her powers, or that her name was actually Patsy in the show. In the comics, I don't remember Jessica Jones's superhero name either. But all I know is that she can fly in the comics. I'm pretty sure I've heard that. Yeah, if this is a Jessica Jones villain, I don't know who. I don't recognize him. But I don't, if he's just a straight up comic villain, like not Jessica Jones villain, just a regular a villain to somebody else, or just a villain in the comics. I don't know who he is. If he is in the comics at all. So just letting you guys know. Sorry if I didn't Sorry if I didn't pick up on the name, or if it's a nod to anything. I have no idea who this guy is, or who he's supposed to be. But he does seem like he's gonna be a bit of trouble. He knows how to obviously stay away from stay out of the police's radar, how to deal with it, and legality, obviously, because he's a lawyer, so he knows how to deal with that. And he was trying to basically frame Jessica Jones, to make him look like he was being harassed by her on his cameras. You would think she'd notice that, but maybe it's just better hidden, like actually hidden cameras. Like they're not like exposed and roving about or whatever. I mean, that's probably something he would do. It'll be interesting. I don't know exactly what Trish can do to help help Jessica. Like, I mean, it's better to have somebody that you can count on and work with. But I don't know, like legality, he still has that on them. Like, I don't know what she could do that technically Jessica couldn't do, and be blamed for. So I'm curious exactly, because I mean, Trish isn't exactly, she doesn't have a whole lot of legality experience, I don't think. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I guess it's just more like he doesn't know that that she'd work with somebody, and especially someone like Trish, and have somebody with those abilities. I don't think he knows about them. She is still kind of more secretive. She's more incognito kind of. She's not like out in public. Nobody has really spoken about her too much. So her powers are more subtle. So she hasn't really been talked about too much, thankfully. So her powers are more under wraps than Jessica's. So maybe that's probably. I know she said like she's gonna be her secret weapon, so that's probably what she's gonna use her for. So I just don't know to what extent, like how she's gonna be able to use use Trish to help her stop this guy. But I guess maybe they can both investigate into him, since Trish does do a pretty decent job at investigating. She found out who Sal was and was able to help Eric. So she's not bad at it. She just isn't as experienced, but she does have different ways of doing it. She doesn't find particular leads that are, I guess, harder to find, as well as Jessica does, or as easily as Jessica does. But she has her own ways of getting certain information. So she does a good job. She went into Malcolm's office to steal the information. I guess she helped. I guess Hogarth helped Sal, or maybe they just have a better system. I can't think of the word to look someone like Sal up. Yeah, I think that's everything I have, guys. We've got our big bad, I think, for the season. I'm pretty sure. He does seem like he's gonna be relatively, or he even said himself. I thought whenever he said heavens no, or whatever he said. Whenever he said that he didn't think that they would be a good match. Like he'd be a good match for her, because he was saying something about you meet your match, and she was like, "You think you're my match?" He was like, "No." I thought it was mainly because he knows that she could take him, but it was more so, "No, I'm leagues ahead of you. I'm not a good match for you." So he's very confident in his abilities and his skills, which is kind of warranted, seeing as like he's a psychologist, chemist, engineer, and lawyer to boot. So he knows how to skirt the system, how to deal with how to loophole things and frame things the way he wants them to look. So there's that. That's going to be an issue in itself. So, but yeah, he seems like he's going to be relatively worthy, just in a different way. We're probably going to do the ramifications of Malcolm's decision, whichever he chooses. If he didn't, let me just double check to make sure he didn't release the information, because I'm not entirely sure myself what he did. I mean, it looked like he was setting up. I don't know if he went through with it though. But we'll see what happens next episode. I feel bad if it does, mainly for her ex. I'm sorry, I can't remember her name. It was like Kit, I think, or something like that. And Hogarth just, I mean, Hogarth thinks that he's not good enough for her, which I don't really know. But she mainly just wants her for herself, which is kind of like you screwed her over last time. It's not really your call. If she wanted to be with you instead of him, then well, that would be her choice. But I mean, come on. But yeah, guys, that's it for this week's episode for Jessica Jones. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to check out the rest of our stuff, go ahead and click the button right next to me. And if you want to stick around for the next episode, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified whenever our videos go up, go and click the bell icon down below. Again, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you next week.